Ghostly Legends.
My name is Sarah, and my best friend Jake and I had always been drawn to exploring the unknown and unexplained. We had been friends since childhood, growing up in the same small town in New Jersey. Our friendship was built on a shared love for mysteries, ghost stories, and late-night adventures. We had spent countless hours discussing legends, haunted places, and the paranormal, and as we grew older, our passion for seeking out the unknown had only intensified. Our fascination with Clinton Road began months earlier when we stumbled upon the tragic tale of Emily during our research into the haunted stretch of road. Clinton Road is a 10-mile stretch located in West Milford, New Jersey, a picturesque town nestled among the highlands of the northern part of the state. West Milford is known for its beautiful landscapes, including rolling hills, dense forests, and pristine lakes, but it is also home to the notorious Clinton Road. We delved deeper into Emily's story and discovered more about her family. Emily's parents, John and Mary, had moved to West Milford in search of a quieter life, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. John was an accomplished writer, and Mary worked as a nurse at the local hospital. Their new life in West Milford allowed John the serenity he needed to focus on his writing, while Mary found fulfillment in caring for the town's residents. Emily's family became well known and respected in the community. They were warm, friendly, and always eager to lend a helping hand to their neighbors. Their home, a quaint two-story cottage with a white picket fence along Clinton Road, was the picture of idyllic family life. Little did they know that their lives would change forever when tragedy struck. According to the legend, on a fateful summer day, the sun was shining brightly as Emily, a lively 7-year-old with golden curls and bright blue eyes, played happily in her front yard. Her laughter filled the air, her heart full of joy, as she chased her favorite red ball around the garden. Emily's mother, Susan, watched her daughter from the porch, her heart swelling with love and pride. For a brief moment, Susan turned her gaze away to greet a neighbor passing by. Emily kicked the ball with all her might, and it soared through the air, bouncing towards the edge of the yard. Her eyes widened with excitement as she watched it roll toward the infamous Clinton Road. Unaware of the danger, Emily darted after the ball with childlike enthusiasm, her small feet barely touching the ground as she giggled with delight. As Emily reached the edge of the road, she could see her ball rolling just out of reach. She hesitated for a moment, her tiny heart pounding in her chest as she weighed the risk. But the lure of her beloved toy was too strong. She took a deep breath, her eyes locked on the ball, and she stepped onto the road, determined to retrieve it. At that exact moment, a driver in an old pickup truck, momentarily distracted by the picturesque scenery, was speeding down Clinton Road. By the time he noticed the small figure darting into the road, it was too late. He slammed on the brakes, the tires letting out a desperate high-pitched wail as they struggled to grip the asphalt. But the truck was unable to stop in time. Emily's mother, hearing the terrible sound, turned around just in time to see the accident unfold. The world seemed to slow down as her heart shattered into a million pieces. She raced towards her daughter, her desperate cries echoing through the air, but she could not change the tragic outcome. The devastating accident left an indelible mark on the hearts of those who witnessed it, and the legend of Emily's spirit haunting Clinton Road was born. Our research into the legend of Emily led us to an old local tale passed down through generations. The tale suggested that Emily's spirit could be summoned by tossing a coin onto the road at the exact spot where she had tragically lost her life. According to the story, if a coin was tossed 3 times while calling out her name, Emily's spirit would appear to the person who performed the ritual. As we dug deeper, we discovered accounts of people who had tried this ritual in the past. Some claimed to have encountered Emily's ghost, while others experienced strange occurrences, such as their car engines suddenly dying or their headlights flickering erratically. A few even reported feeling an inexplicable wave of sadness, as though the air around them was filled with the echoes of Emily's grief. One harrowing account stood out among the rest. A group of teenagers had decided to test the legend on a dare, performing the coin-tossing ritual at midnight. As they called out Emily's name for the third time, the wind began to howl, and the ghostly figure of a little girl emerged from the darkness. Panicking, the teens jumped back into their car, but as they attempted to drive away, their car inexplicably stalled, leaving them stranded on the haunted road with Emily's spirit still lurking nearby. These stories both fascinated and unnerved us, compelling us to explore the truth behind the legend. Armed with our curiosity and determination, we set our sights on Clinton Road, prepared to uncover the secrets surrounding Emily's spirit and her connection to the mysterious coin-tossing ritual. One evening, as Jake and I sat in my family's living room, reminiscing about our childhood adventures and the ghost stories we had told each other, we decided it was time to put our passion for the paranormal into action. We agreed that we would venture to Clinton Road, armed with our curiosity and a determination to uncover the truth behind the legend of Emily's spirit. We made our plans carefully, knowing that our journey to Clinton Road would be a significant milestone in our lifelong exploration of the unknown. We gathered our supplies, including flashlights, cameras, and a voice recorder to document our experience. As we ventured down Clinton Road, the darkness of the night and the dense forest added to the eerie atmosphere. When we reached the spot where Emily's cottage had once stood, we parked the car and waited until the clock struck midnight. With a mix of fear and curiosity, we each took out a coin and prepared to call upon Emily's spirit. We tossed the coins onto the road, one by one, calling out Emily's name as we did so. "Emily," we whispered, our voices trembling with fear and anticipation. "Emily, can you hear us?" As Emily's ethereal figure materialized before us, her melancholic eyes seemed to implore for aid. Our hearts throbbed with anticipation, adrenaline surging through our systems. Jake and I exchanged a furtive glance, our anxiety shifting into a complex mix of emotions, a discreet yearning to document this supernatural event for personal advantage, a genuine desire to help Emily find peace, and an overwhelming terror of confronting a ghostly apparition. The intensity of the situation threatened to overwhelm us as we tried to focus on what we needed to do. The atmosphere around us bristled with an uncanny energy, a frigid shiver snaking up our spines as we grasped the potency and menace that Emily's presence encompassed. Our breathing became shallow, our chests tight with fear. An icy sensation crept over our skin, as if the temperature around us had plummeted in response to her appearance. Every nerve in our bodies seemed to be on edge, our muscles tense and twitching involuntarily. Fortifying our resolve, we addressed Emily, our vocal cords quavering with a blend of trepidation, compassion, and sheer terror. "Emily, what can we do for you?" I inquired, my voice laden with apprehension as beads of cold sweat formed on my brow. As we conversed, the zephyr swirled around us, a chorus of spectral murmurs permeating the air. Emily's eyes expanded, her countenance fluctuating as if attempting to discern our underlying intentions. Her gaze oscillated between us, as though evaluating our motives. Gradually she outstretched her hand and gestured towards an adjacent tree. Emily guided us to a hidden spot in the woods, just off the road where the accident had occurred. There we discovered a small tarnished silver locket half buried in the dirt. The locket, adorned with delicate engravings, contained a faded photograph of Emily and her mother, their smiles frozen in time. This precious memento had been a birthday gift from her mother, and Emily had been wearing it the day she died. Jake and I knew that we had to find a way to help Emily find peace, even though her relatives were long gone. We decided to research her family history, hoping to find any living descendants who could cherish the locket and honor Emily's memory. After weeks of tireless investigation, we managed to locate a distant cousin of Emily's, who was fascinated by the story we shared about our encounter with Emily's spirit and the locket. The cousin, filled with gratitude, agreed to accept the locket and vowed to treasure it as a reminder of their family's past. With the locket in the hands of Emily's living relative, we returned to the spot where Emily's spirit was last seen. As we stood in a circle holding hands, we could feel her presence nearby. We offered a heartfelt prayer, asking for Emily's spirit to find peace and be reunited with her family in the afterlife. As we finished, a gentle breeze rustled through the trees, and we felt a sense of calm envelop us. In that moment, Emily's spirit was finally released from her earthly bonds, and she was able to find the peace that had eluded her for so long. Jake and I looked on, both relieved and in awe, as the ghostly figure of the little girl gradually faded away, her soul now free to soar through the eternal heavens.